I'd like to call the meeting to order. The first order of business, we'll have the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and presentation of colors by Como High School, Navy, JROTC, Magnet Academy. Everyone please stand.
Forward, arms, forward, arms, left, 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 right, colors, hold, right, face, order, arms, ready, cut, breathe in, colors. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Order, arms, ready, cut, left, face, forward, arms, forward, march, left, 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 right, 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 left, 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 right, right.
Okay, next we'll have our opening comments from Superintendent Truxclair.
Thank you, President Morrison. Good evening, everyone. I'm excited to share that the principal of Green Tea Linden Elementary School, Ms. Ginger Richard, has been named a semifinalist for the Louisiana Principal of the Year competition. Her hard work and dedication are evident, and we are proud to have Ms. Richard compete for this honor at the state level. Good luck, Ms. Richard, and thank you for your exemplary leadership provided to the Green Tea Linden students, staff, and community. Beginning this week, we have extended the school day by 5 minutes for all elementary and middle schools to make up for lost instructional time due to weather-related school closures. This past weekend, our child nutrition department was able to expand food distribution to area youths to provide supplemental nutrition while schools were closed for spring break. The program was made available to all children in Lafayette Parish age 18 and younger. Saturday's distribution was very successful, with 2,600 meals being dispersed at 3 school sites. Last night, the district middle school baseball finals were held at Scott Park. After a very close game, the Scott Middle Eagles prevailed as the championship winners, and in second place were the David Thibodeau STEM Magnet Academy Bulldogs. Congratulations to both teams. This month, we want to recognize our students participating in area track meets. The Ram Relays were held at Acadiana High School on the new track for the first time since the 1980s. Congratulations to the Lafayette High School girls team for winning the girls title. The Beaver Club Relays, which includes all public and private schools in the area, were held with Karen Crowe High School capturing the boys title and Lafayette High School capturing the girls title. Congratulations to all of our student athletes. This month, United Way of Acadiana announced that it will host the 2021 Teacher Awards for Lafayette Parish. Nominations are live and will close this Friday, April 9th. The virtual award ceremony will be held on May 18th. I encourage you to nominate an educator that has made an impact in your life. In closing, I recently had the honor of participating in the annual Area Manager Inspection of Student Cadets for the Navy Junior Reserve Officers Training Corps Magnet Program at Ove Como High School. I observed the cadets standing in ranks, was briefed on the accomplishments and outlook of this program, and reviewed cadets during a pass-in review ceremony. I was impressed with the cadets, instructors Major Blackman and I.T. Young, as well as school leader Ms. Renee White. I was so impressed with the program and the leadership skills being developed that I've asked some of the representatives from the program to be here tonight to present to you a few of their accomplishments and program highlights. Madam President, as this concludes my opening comments, I would like to call to the podium the Magnet Academy cadet staff to begin their presentation.
Welcome, board members and Ms. Trosclair. We would like to thank you for inviting us to provide a presentation of Como NJROTC and our NJROTC nationwide. Here we have a list of the cadet staff members. I'm Executive Officer Cassandra Johnson, and with me today I have Public Affairs Officer Madeline Rion. Every year, annually, we have a cadet staff brief, which is the cadet staff members. We run the brief it's strictly student-led, and we do this every year.
The nationwide NJROTC program status is provided by the Department of the Navy, where we have 612 NJROTC units nationwide and around 92,000 cadets with 1,150 instructors. Our community service hours nationwide is over 1.5 million with around 17 hours per cadet. The chart that you see on the screen is a percentile of what cadets do after they graduate high school and leave the NJROTC units. Around 61% of cadets go on to continue education, whether that be through colleges, community colleges, or military academies. A few examples of this: we have a past cadet, Tajay Baptiste, who went on to West Point Army Academy. And we also have a former commanding officer, McKenna Miller, who went to Southern University with an ROTC scholarship. The diversity with the program, we have 60% of the programs are ethnically diverse, 38% of the program is females, 27% is African Americans, and 25% are Hispanic Americans. Going back to the pie chart, I skipped over something a little bit. 41% go straight into the military, meanwhile 6% go into direct employment, and only less than 1% have an undecided future. The discipline nationwide and through NJROTC units nationwide, the percentage of suspensions is 14% through normal high school students, and NJROTC academies are only 6.1% of the students. The dropout rate nationwide is around 3.4%, meanwhile in NJROTC alone it is only 0.64%. The GPA nationwide is a 3.0 average, and Indra TC keeps a solid 2.9 to help raise that average up. The attendance nationwide is around 91.1%, and in Indra TC it is 94%.
Our Como NJLTC unit was established in 1995. We have had 8 NJLTC Naval Science instructors and 35 unit commanding officers. We currently have 7 operational teams. Here we have a representation of our unit outlook. Mentorship is a very important aspect of our unit, and we promote self-discipline and esprit de corps.
We would like to thank the school board and Ms. Trosclair for approving our new permanent building for the Indra TC Academy at Como High School. We cannot wait to further our academics and our leadership training with this new permanent building. We have been awarded last year with the most improved unit for the 2019-2020 school years out of 55 schools in Area 8. By doing this, we have completed over 4,000 community service hours and over 1,400 school support hours. We have over a 90% retention rate for each naval science class and have graduated the largest senior class in a 10-year span. We've also designed Indra TC Magna Academy webpage and social media accounts. These social media accounts are heavily guided and watched over by the instructors major in IT. And these are to help better connect with parents and to make sure that students and cadets are well informed about these schedules. The current unit goals that we have, we would like to obtain a distinguished unit in Area 8, and we would like to do this by organizing and hosting sanctioned drill meets. We would like to host a freshman orientation camp and host a basic leadership training camp at our school.
This is a continuation of our unit goals. Here we have our statewide competitions. These are a few locations of where we've had competed in unarmed drill, armed drill, color guard, athletics, academics, unarmed exhibition, and armed exhibition.
As an Indra TC unit, we like to strive to have a lot of community service and acts of kindness within our community. We do this by having our Embrace a Space every quarter of the year, and we have adopted the 4 streets around Como and have designated times during the weekend to clean up trash and clean up things that are not supposed to be there. After we do this, we also come into the campus and clean up our own campus as well. We also participate in various Veterans Day programs, one being the annual Progressive Baptist Church Veterans Day program that we host joint with Acadiana High School's Air Force Academy, and we've been doing this for the past 8 years in order to help honor our veterans in the community. We also do Creole Rendezvous, which is how we feed the elderly at a volunteer event, and we also volunteer with homeless veterans. These are some pictures from some of the events that we have done. The first picture on the left is a sword ceremony that we do at our homecoming game in order to present the homecoming court. And the picture on the right is one of our Embrace a Space events.
On the top, we have IT1 Young, our naval science instructor, rewarding the cadets with traditional push-ups that we have after every Embrace the Space event. And then on the bottom, we have the beginning of basic leadership training, where cadets are giving an oath, and we have our athletic team officer reciting the oath to them, where they repeat it back to him. And then on the left, we have a picture. Major Blackman likes to take silly pictures of the cadets sometimes.
These 4 pictures are from our basic leadership training camp that we hosted at Como High School earlier this year. The first picture is the introduction that our drill instructors provided to us. I actually attended this camp, and it is an amazing learning experience that we'd like to hold. On the bottom left, we have academic time during this training academy, where we will take tests and to make sure that we all understand the basic fundamentals of leadership. On the top right, we have a military inspection that we had around the middle of the leadership academy, leadership training. basic leadership training at our school, and on the bottom right we have physical training that we would like to endorse to keep students and cadets healthy and fit. We would again like to thank you for inviting us here and to better provide information about our unit and our program at Como High School.
It's an open discussion. If you have any questions, please ask.
Well, before that, I want to just thank you guys for being here tonight, and it's so nice to have you back here at our board meetings. And thank you for all that you do. I'm very impressed by all of the activity you guys have had. This is really awesome. Thank you so much. Then I'll recognize Mr. Lachele.
I'd like to thank y'all for participating in the Navy Junior ROTC. As you can see, that's the United States Navy flag. It was a privilege of mine to wear the uniform, United States Navy, and I know each and every one of you will walk away with the core values, which are honor, courage, and commitment. And if I could, I'd like to mention, you mentioned your new ROTC building that you're getting. A lot of the, I guess, credit for that can go to a former board member and a graduate of the United States Naval Academy, Mr. Eric Kinesic. He played a big part in that. He was a Navy officer. In fact, I think I don't remember exactly what kind of officer he was, what department he was in, but he spearheaded this, and I'm gaining from that with the ROTC Air Force at Acadiana. So thank you for what you're doing. And for those of you that go on to military service, I'm going to go ahead and thank you now for your service to this country, because I don't think there's anything you can do in life that is more prideful than to stand up and serve your country and to serve our flag. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Any other board members? Ms. Troxclair?
So I just want to say again how impressed I was and continue to be of the program, the cadets. Thank you to IT Young, Major Blackman, and Ms. Renee White for your support of these young folks who obviously will be some great leaders in our community, in our city, in our country. But you all did promise that you would invite me to some of these events. Obviously, you haven't had any yet because I've received no invitations, but I know they're coming. But again, I'm here if you need anything. I'm just really super proud of each one of you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Mr. Angel, can I get a Go Navy from you there, buddy? Can I get a Go Navy from you there with that Army flag right there? You want to take a picture with him, President Morrison?
Okay, yeah.
Y'all come on back for a picture.
Yeah.
Come on, y'all come get in the picture.
Come on
I know he's here. I think he's in the kitchen. Okay, our next agenda item is litigation. Item 2.1, discussion and or action concerning pending litigation and the matter of Sandra Randall, ETAL versus Lafayette Parish School Board, ETAL, docket number 2018-5120, 15th Judicial Court, Lafayette Parish, State of Louisiana. I would like to entertain a motion to go into executive session.
Madam President, I move that the board go into executive session to discuss pending litigation in the matter of Sandra Randall et al. Versus the Lafayette Parish School Board.
Okay, I have a motion by Mr. Centeni, second by Mr. Lachele. Everybody in favor, say aye. Aye. Any nays? like to entertain a motion to go back into regular session. Motion by Dr. Aguilar, second by Mr. Lachele. Okay. So we'll go back to regular session, and can I get a motion for council's recommendation? Where's Justin? There he is. Oh. Any nays? Mr. Santani?
Madam President, I move that the board accept the advice of council in the matter of Sedell Randall et al. Versus the Lafayette Parish School Board.
Okay, we have a motion by Mrs. Santani to accept council's recommendation and a second by Mr. Lachele. And so I'll go ahead and call for the vote. Public comments? Any public comments? Any comments by the board? Okay, I'll call for the vote.
Eight, 4, 1 abstain.
Okay, motion carries. Next, we'll move over to information items. Item 3.1, recognition of school custodians. And with that item, we just wanted to say how much we appreciate our custodians, and we want to just be reminded of what they do day in and day out at different campuses. A lot was asked more of them during COVID, and I have Mr. Toby here who feels very strongly about what he does. And when he approached me a few weeks ago, you know, you would think, okay, they want a raise, right? No, that's not what he wanted. He just wanted to tell me about his day and what his day looks like day in and day out, as well as the other custodians. So he just wants to share that with you all. So, Toby?
Okay. How everybody doing today? Okay. I'm here to explain about, I'm here for the support for custodians. And what I mean by support...
Toby, can you speak a little louder or bring the mic up a little bit?
Can you hear me? Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, I'm here for the support for custodians. And not just for me and not just for my school. I'm here for schools all around the parish. And I wake up, I'll be the first one at the school, and I make sure I'm the last one after the school if it's possible. But what I mean by support is, like, we don't get 100% the support that we need as custodians. We like, people look at it like, oh, they just janitors, they just clean toilets, they just cut grass. And besides, that's not all that we do. So I had to sit down and I called Ms. Morris about a situation, about how this could be approved. And she was asking me about, is this about raise and stuff? I said no, to be honest. Money not even involved in with me. Only thing that's involved with me is honor that we do. And And I'm not here to come in between teachers, cafeteria workers, or other people's job to say they're not doing their job either. But when we walk into the campus, like some years ago, they had a parent threw some trash on the ground and say, well, the janitor's going to pick it up. I don't think that was appropriate, but I didn't tell her that. But as me, I still went and pick it up. I didn't go tell my principal or nothing. I still pick it up because I take pride in my work and I take pride into my school. My school is my second job. If y'all don't know, I work at Parish Elementary School, and I've been there for 9 years. And I love my principal and I love the staff. But the thing I'm trying to say is, as they have teachers of the years and teachers get support for what they do, I believe custodians as well should get the same benefits as them. If see, like you go to Como High and they got this janitor, you should support that janitor and give him, say, he the support of the year. Let's give him what he deserves. Some years ago, I seen teachers take pictures of teacher year with people over the school board and everything. So I believe janitors should have that opportunity as well. You know what I'm saying? And one thing that I think that should happen is when we have meetings for just the janitors, I wouldn't mind if y'all come out and hear some of the janitors speak on behalf what's going on at day school or what's going on around day school, so y'all can hear. Because I know a lot of y'all may not know what's going on at the school because y'all have other things to worry about. But your janitor is just as my big thing is today, your janitors is more important just as anybody in that school. Me, I wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning, and once I walk up to the campus, I have me a list. What would I do and where would I start from? I don't be like, I'm not going to do this today because the teachers get paid more than me. I'm not going to do this today because the cafeterias get paid more than me. No, I do this because that's who I am. That's what y'all hired me for, to be a janitor. But when we walk into school, we were like, teachers be like, principals be like, good job on our custodians. Put it up saying, support the custodians. Say, some schools I see do it, but not all schools. I think all schools should have just that one day for custodians, for just support for all of them. That's what I believe.
Thank you, Toby. Thank you for sharing your day
Yes,
with
ma'am.
us. Appreciate that. And with that said, we were doing some research, and there is a National Custodian Day, which is celebrated in October, every October, October 2nd. And that's something we could look at, each school celebrating their custodian on that day, because it is a National Appreciation Day for custodians. Thanks again, Toby, for the information. Really appreciate that. Okay, our next information item is Employee Services, Personnel Changes. Mr. Mouton?
Good evening to Ms. Trosclair and, of course, to Ms. Morrison, President of the Board. I am happy to be here tonight. I have the extreme privilege of welcoming and introducing Mr. Joseph Brew. Mr. Joseph Brew holds a Bachelor of Architecture degree from Southern University and A&M College. Mr. Brew is a seasoned construction professional with over 25 years of experience in management and oversight of multiple building types with an expertise in commercial facilities. Mr. Brew has been employed as a project administrator for the Fulton County School District, where he served as an owner's representative. He was responsible for managing new construction, additions, and renovation projects for a system comprised of over 90 buildings. He was also responsible for reviewing payment requests, change order requests, and contract amendments. He managed successful adherence to schedules and budgets. He revised the guidance specifications for the district and prepared documents for the 5-year plan submitted to the Department of Education. He has also served as a program manager for the Georgia Board of Regents, where he provided the main point of contact for college and university leadership on matters regarding new construction to higher education facilities. He assisted campus personnel with the selection and procurement process for professional service of design and construction and was responsible for oversight and budget adherence. Additionally, Mr. Brew has worked as the construction manager for the DeKalb County and Walton County School Districts in the state of Georgia. Most recently, he worked as the facility planning coordinator of Gwinnett County Schools. In this position, he managed the schedule and delivery of complete construction documents for bid, provided oversight of assigned projects during the construction phase and warranty periods, prepared and issued contracts to architect and contractors, and hired engineering consultants. It is my pleasure to introduce and welcome Mr. Joseph Brew, our new Construction Projects Director.
Thank you. President Morrison, Vice President Angel, and the Board of Education, and Superintendent Trosclair. I am truly honored to be before you and be accepted to be a Director of New Construction. It's a dream of mine. I met with Benefits yesterday and found out that I'm not the only Joseph Brew that's been employed by Gwinnett Schools, and actually the others was my father.
Oh,
And,
wow.
he was a teacher with Broussard Elementary, and he also became adult education teacher. He won awards with that. So I was very proud to hear that, and kind of surprised me and it kind of emotional. So anyway, I am excited about the opportunity. I am well prepared for this opportunity, and I look forward to exceeding expectations with the vision of the board and the school district of Lafayette Parish School System. Thank you.
Thank you. Congratulations. Next, we have item 3.3, monthly facilities updates. Mr. Guidry, Mr. Bordelon.
Good evening, members of the board. Kyle Bordelon, Director of Planning and Facilities. In your packet is the monthly construction update. If you have any questions, I'll answer those at this time.
Mr. Centani.
Sport on, what is the expected completion date of the wing at Edgar Martin? And about
Going
how
off
ba-
of memory, I believe it's July. I believe it's July of 2021.
So 3 months from now?
I'll have to go back and check that, Mr.
July of
Centini.
2021 is 3 months from now.
Okay. We don't have that on our update. Thought we did. I'm sorry. It's
Oh, I see October 24th
September.
now. Okay, I see it now. Okay.
October. I'm sorry. October 2021.
Okay, thank you. I skipped right past it. Thank you for that.
Okay.
Yeah. Mr. Lachele.
The only question, Mr. Bordelon, the writing's kind of small here. I guess I can enlarge it, but Scott Middle Cafeteria, are we any closer?
Every day is a little bit closer, but we're not there yet.
What can we, I don't wanna, what can we attribute this not being completed to? I mean,
Contractor.
okay. Okay,
We have been pushing on this contractor since last summer.
okay. I take it R.S. Bernard and Associates. I guess just a question for the future. with such a poor job being done. I mean, I know we put things out for bid. I mean, if these people happen to win another bid and this is the kind of work they do, do we have options, I guess, as I'm asking?
Yes, sir, we have options, and we've already discussed some of those with legal counsel.
Okay, that's all I need to know. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Okay, seeing no further questions, thank you, Mr. Borderlaw. Okay, our next item, item 3.4, request for extension to the spending period for USDA funds approved until 8/4/2022. Mr. Guidry?
Yes, this is just to inform the board that we did receive a response from USDA, and we have been approved for an extension for expending the USDA funds through April 4th of 2022.
Do you have any questions, board members? Okay. So item 3.5, list of bids
Ms.
approved.
Morrison.
Oh,
I'm sorry,
sorry.
Mr. Guidry.
Dr. Aguilar?
The agenda item says approved until August 4, 2022. You just said April.
It is August.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Guidry. Item 3.5, list of bids approved to be advertised by the superintendent. Mr. Guidry?
Yes, this is an informational item to list those items that have gone out for bid, so that if the board has any questions, they can pose them at this point in time.
Any questions, board members? Seeing none, we'll move on to the consent agenda. I'll read each item. Board members, if you would like to pull an item, please do so. All items not pulled will be voted in globo. So I'll start item 4.1, discussion and or action concerning early obligation and release of funds for textbooks and consumables. Item 4.2, discussion and or action concerning Resolution 0421-2000 School Library Month.
Pull it, please.
Item 4.3, discussion and or action concerning the elementary level realignment of all zone Broadmoor rising 4th grade students. Four point four, discussion and or action concerning the elementary level realignment of the all rising 4th grade gifted students zoned to Edgar Martin Middle School. 4.5, consideration and or action concerning revision of policy J5, student fees, fines, and charges. Item 4.6, discussion and or action concerning the assignment of an architect for the Woodvale Cafeteria Expansion Project.
Pull that.
4.7, discussion and or action concerning Resolution 0421-2001 Sales and Use Tax Collection and Administration. Item 4.8, discussion and or action concerning a revision to the 2020-2021 salary schedule. Item 4.9, discussion and or action concerning approval of bids for Karen Crowe High Field House Activity Room addition. Four point 10, discussion and or action concerning approval of quotes for S.J. Montgomery Elementary Intercom Replacement Phase 2. Item 4.11, approval of quotes for Lafayette High Building 400 flooring abatement and replacement. 4.12, discussion and or action concerning approval of quotes for Karen Crowe High flooring abatement and replacement. 4.13, discussion and or action concerning approval of quotes of Lafayette Middle athletic lockers. 4.14, discussion and or action concerning the sales tax collection report for February 2021. 4.15, discussion and or action concerning the grant fund summary for March 2021. 4.16, discussion and or action concerning budget to actual reports for March 2021. 4.17, discussion and or action concerning the 2020-2021 third quarter budget revision for applicable funds. 4.18, discussion and or action concerning the extension of the physical agent contract.
Pull that one, please.
Okay, that's 4.18. 4.19, discussion and or action concerning approval of bid award printing of binding math science instructional material, bid number 35-21. 4.20, discussion and or action concerning general fund budget revision increase Woodville cafeteria fire damage. 4.21, discussion and or action concerning policy JGCD, administration of medication. 4.22, discussion and or action of the minutes of November 30th, 2020, March 3rd, March 23rd, and March 30th, 2021.
Madam President, I'd like to make a motion that we approve all agenda items not pulled.
I have a motion by Mr. Lachele and a second by Mr. Angel. Any comments from the public? Comments from the board? Mrs. Antani?
Thank you. I don't know either Ms. Early or Mr. Bordelon which question who this would be directed to, but the Woodvale, the money that we have to spend due to the fire damage, I understand that it doesn't reach our retention on our insurance policy, but I wanted to just get confirmation that whatever work is going to be done repair-wise to the cafeteria will be done in conjunction with whoever is going to be expanding the cafeteria so that we don't duplicate efforts or fix something and then have to tear it down. Is this okay? For the record, Mr. Bordelon is nodding yes for those who can't see him. Thank you, Mr. Bordelon.
Okay. Any other comments? Okay, we'll call for the vote.
Nine for, none against.
Okay, motion carries. First item pull is item 4.2, and the recommended action is that the board approves resolution 0421-2000 declaring April 2021 School Library Month. Mrs. Antani?
I actually pulled that one, Ms.
Oh, I'm
Morrison.
sorry.
That's all right.
Thought it was
I pulled it so that we could read the resolution, but I'm gonna make a motion that the board approves resolution 04-21-2000 declaring April 2021 School Library Month.
Okay. Any comments from the public?
Yes, I just wanted to share with you guys that one of our member librarians, Miss Lisa LeBarac, actually won LAE's Ancillary Image Award this year, and she will be honored this weekend at our state representative assembly.
Awesome. Okay, Mrs. Centenning?
Thank you, Ms. Morrison. I'll read the resolution for School Library Month, Lafayette Parish School Board of Lafayette, Louisiana. Whereas the school library is to ensure that students and staff are effective users of ideas and information, and whereas the school librarian's role is to provide the leadership and expertise necessary to ensure that the school library is an integral part of the instructional program of the school, and whereas the Lafayette Parish School Board has entrusted the school librarian in each school to teach the skills of locating and using information through traditional resources and new technologies, to provide literature appreciation activities, and to guide and encourage content and recreational reading to every student. And whereas lifelong learning begins and is systematically developed through the school library curriculum of the elementary and secondary schools. And whereas the school library contributes to the individual growth and development of all students while fostering both excellence and equity in education. And whereas the school librarians of the Lafayette Parish school system have dedicated themselves to work for quality school libraries for all students. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Lafayette Parish School Board does hereby proclaim April 2021 as School Library Month and calls upon school administrators, teachers, students, and citizens of Lafayette Parish to recognize and support this action and to participate throughout the month of April in celebration of School Library Month, dated Lafayette, Louisiana, 7th day of April, 2021.
Okay, so go ahead and call for the vote. Have a comment? And while we're waiting, I just wanted to say how much we appreciate our librarians. They do so much more than just working in the library. So they're very valuable. I work with several, and they do a great job. So we appreciate all of our librarians. You're doing a great job. Thank you. Ms. LeBeau?
Thank you, Madam President. I just want to congratulate the schools on the Million Word Reader program and encouraging the students with t-shirts. My children still wear their t-shirts and the signs, and also I think is it the Rotary or the Kiwanis Club that's come together and they're encouraging readers this year by donating bikes so they can win bikes and all kind of various prizes. I think Raising Cane's was also a donor of prizes and things to incentivize the kids to read. So everybody in the community that's really, and the librarians especially, that have stepped up to really get these kids motivated to read. We know readers are leaders, so just grateful and thank you to our librarians and then all those in the community that support their efforts.
And also recently, we partnered SLCC with Northside High, where we spoke with the seniors, the juniors and seniors, about what we have to offer at our college. And I think it's Ms. Brew, yeah, the librarian at Northside High, and she was very helpful in organizing that session for us. So they do a lot, just to let you know. Yeah, thank you.
Nine for, none against.
Motion carries. Next item pull is item 4.3. And the recommended action is that the board approves the realignment of all zone rising fourth grade Broadmoor students to stay at Broadmoor Elementary for fifth grade, beginning with the 2021-2022 school year. Mr. Broussard?
Madam President, I pulled that agenda item, but if someone else can make the motion so we can discuss it.
I make the motion that the board approves the realignment of all zone rising fourth grade Broadmoor students to stay at Broadmoor Elementary for fifth grade, beginning with the 2021-2022 school year.
A motion by Mr. Lachelet, a second by Mr. Angel. Any comments from the public? Mr. Broussard?
Yes, I'm having problems with the language with this. It says rising fourth grade student zone for Broadmoor, as if there's someone's there who's not supposed to be there. Why do we have to put, if Broadmoor is the zone, the students there's a zone school, why do we have to include zone students rather than the rising fourth grade students to transition into the fifth grade? Look like we're trying to exclude someone. That's my interpretation of it.
My apologies. It wasn't meant to be a interpretation like that. I apologize, Mr. Broussard. It's the same wording that's been used over the course of the years that we've used through the school system. Just any current student, you're accurate. Any current fourth grader that is enrolled, that is there due to a program, ESL, a written IEP, or a program, or physical school zone would remain at Broadmoor for fifth grade.
So can I make a substitute motion at this time?
Yes, sir.
That we change it to all rising fourth grade students transitioning to the fifth grade instead of the zone students.
Mr. Broussard, if you want, I don't mind, if I can, just amending my motion to remove zone instead of doing a substitute, if you're okay
Good.
with that.
Good. So the motion would read that the board approves the realignment of rising fourth grade Broadmoor students to stay at Broadmoor Elementary for the fifth grade year beginning 2021-2022 school year.
Correct.
That's the motion.
Okay. So we have a motion by Mr. Lachele and a second by Mr. Broussard. Okay, so motion by Mr. Broussard, motion by Mr. Lachele, second by Mr. Angel. But with this, with the change. Yeah. We'll go ahead and call for the vote. I thought so, yeah. The public, do we have any comments from the public? Board members? Dr. Sashaw?
The rising fifth graders currently go where? Edgar Martin. That's we're doing this to alleviate a load at Edgar Martin?
We do this to remove the fifth graders from a middle school campus and keep them on an elementary campus.
Elementary.
Yes, sir. We had 6 middle schools that originally, and we're trying to dwindle that down.
Okay, keep them on it.
Also, Dr. Chasson, the instructional minutes required per core subject for elementary for fifth graders, those minutes are quite different than middle school minute requirements, so it does cause some difficulty on campuses because of the difference in requirements per minute per course.
Okay. Keep them on an elementary campus. What's the capacity at Edgar Martin? I'm just curious. I just had 2 or 3 questions. This will be it. What's the capacity at Edgar Martin, and what's it at?
Currently, Edgar Martin.
Or well, how many kids do they have basically? I'm just trying to understand.
I believe if my memory serves me correct, at Edgar Martin right now it's about 600 and something.
Okay.
Which would put Broadmoor, when the rising fifth graders would stay, about 750. With that, adding the new incoming kindergartners, I figured To cushion it, it would be about at $750.
So Broadmoor can handle it? They can?
Yes, Broadmoor can handle with the children in at the school. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Any additional comments from the board? I'll go ahead and call for the vote.
Nine for, none against.
Motion carries. Next item pull is item 4.4. Recommended action is that the board approves the realignment of all rising fourth grade gifted students zoned to Edgar Morton Middle School to be rezoned to L.J. Alamo School for fifth grade beginning with the 2021-2022 school year. I have a motion, and it was pulled by Mr. Sashel. Dr. Sashel?
Motion to approve.
Okay, we have a motion by Dr. Sashong and a second by Mr. Angel. Any comments from the public? Comments from the board? Ms. LeBeau?
I just have a question for clarification. Is our eventual goal to get them back to Woodvale for fifth grade? This is just a temporary move?
Yeah.
Because we're trying to get Woodvale campuses back to fifth grade, correct?
Okay, Mrs. Santani?
I'll tell you from my point of view, Ms. LeBeau, so we're moving the full-time gifted students would be the only fifth graders left at Edgar Martin now that the other fifth graders are going to Broadmoor.
Yes.
LJ Alamo still has fifth grade on its campus. My goal, what I would like to see is eventually those fifth graders stay at Woodvale.
Yes.
You'd be keeping the gifted students that go to Edgar Martin with the Woodvale kids in fifth grade that they've gone to school with since kindergarten. So I think it makes it an easier transition down the road if we're able to put fifth grade gifted at Woodvale along with fifth grade regular education. We can just move fifth grade from one campus to another.
I agree. I just wanted I was hoping the eventual goal was to have fifth grade gifted and fifth grade regular back at Woodvale, because that is obviously our goal, to keep fifth grade at an elementary school campus. Thank you.
Ms. Mason?
Right. I just wanted to confirm what Kate LeBeau was thinking. The fifth grade at Alamo will be the very last fifth grade in our entire parish on a middle school campus. So the goal after our cafeteria is expanded is to get the fifth grade to Woodvale.
Okay. Mr. Broussard?
Ms. Mason answered my question. I wanted to ask how many fifth grade elementary without a fifth grade, and she answered the question.
Okay. Without any further discussion, I'll call for the vote.
Eight for, one abstain.
Next item pull is item 4.6. Recommended action is that the board approves the assignment of architects Beasley Mosley for the cafeteria expansion project at Woodvale Elementary School. And that was pulled by Mr. Santani. Okay. Ms. Mason?
I'm going to make the motion. Make the motion that the board approves the assignment of architects Beasley Moliere for the cafeteria expansion project at Woodvale Elementary School.
Okay, we have a motion by Ms. Mason. A second?
Second it.
Second by Ms. LeBeau. Any comments from the public? Any comments from the board? Seeing none, I'll call for the vote.
7 for, 2 against.
Motion carries. Next item pulled is item 4.9, and the recommended action is that the board authorizes staff to award the low quote plus both alternates to Acadiana renovation for $200,090 for the Karen Crow High Field House Activity Room addition in accordance with purchasing procedures and guidelines.
Move
Mr.
for
Angel.
adoption, Madam President. I move for adoption. Second.
Moved by Mr. Angel, second by Mr. Lachele. Any comments from the public? Any comments from the board? Mr. Lachele?
Well deserved, Mr. Angel. Thank you for your work on this project for the defending Class 4A state football champs. They deserve it. They worked for it, and I know they're happy with your efforts on this. So, thank you.
Mr. Angel?
I wanted to take this opportunity to request that the Mr. Bordelon and the superintendent make sure that after this project is completed, according to the engineers or the architects or the contractor, that we make sure that the folks at Karen Crow High School are informed about it. You know the problems we had at the track. It was decided complete. Everybody was paid, and there were serious problems that occurred after everybody was paid. I want to make sure that before the final payment is made, that the folks at Karen Crow High School and here at the office are aware of any problems, if there are any problems that still exist. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Any additional comments? Seeing none, I'll go ahead and call for the vote.
Nine for, none against.
Motion carries. Next item pull is item 4.18, discussion and or action concerning the extension of the physical agent contract. That was pulled by Mr. Centeni.
I pulled that one, Ms. Morrison. I want to make a motion that the Lafayette Parish School Board approves the extension of the fiscal agent contract with Iberia Bank as attached in the public content section of this agenda item.
Okay, I have a motion by Mr. Lachele and a second by Mr. Angel. Do we have any public comment? Yes, ma'am, you could come up to, okay. It wasn't pulled. Yeah, we approved it already. Yeah, okay, no. You want to? Okay. Perhaps at the end when we're done, you have a question. Okay, so any comments from the board? Mr. Centani?
Madam President, I will be abstaining from the vote because the fiscal agent is my employer.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Centani. Ms. LeBeau?
I will also be abstaining from the vote as my husband is employed by the bank. Thank you.
Any additional comments? Okay, so by seeing none, we'll go ahead and call for the vote.
Seven for, 2 abstain.
Motion carries. Okay, would you like to come up to the podium?
Thanks for listening to me talk. What is that about? Medicine administration.
Okay,
Is that
Ms.
just-
Trosclair, hang on a second. We want to have someone just give you a brief answer. So who would be best to answer that question, Ms. Trosclair? Okay.
Oh, okay. Well, I just don't like the administration of drugs on campus because y'all have a zero tolerance when it comes to aspirin and all these things. But then we let big pharmaceutical on the campus doing all these things with all these toxic medications to our children. So I was hoping that that wouldn't happen in schools and that parents could do that at their house. And then if y'all have zero policy on drugs on the campus, then have absolute zero policy of drugs on the campus. You see what I'm saying?
Yes. Thank you. With no further business, I'll go ahead and adjourn the meeting.